grade ones! In today's short video, we're going to be using our measurement skills again, but this time to order different lengths. So I actually need your help today. I have these 3 race cars and they want to race. And I said, okay, but now I need to figure out how to measure how far each goes so that I can find out who the winner is. So do you think you can help me with that? I think you can. So let's be risk takers and find out together. So as you can see, I built myself this lovely ramp from cardboard and a recycled box. And I have some tools here that I think might be able to help me measure. I've got some tape and I've got some string or yarn. And these are my 3 race cars. I've got race car number 1, 2, and 3. And they're all ready to go and take off. So let's let them race. On your mark, get set, and go. Bum ba da bum. So as you can see, this is where our cars ended up after the race. So let's use our thinking skills to find out which car went the farthest. So what we're actually trying to do is compare the distances each car traveled. Because remember, when we're measuring, we compare. So what can we do to find out where each car started and where each car ended? What was that word for starting point? Are you thinking baseline? So baseline is the starting point from where we measure. And in this case, our baseline was the starting point of the race. So each car was lined up accurately at the baseline. So I'm thinking we can use some tape to mark off our baseline to make it easier to measure. So this will be our baseline. Now, we're also going to want to measure the base from the baseline of our cars. So in this case, our cars ended up all the way over here, and the baseline will be the end of each car. So we're going to want to mark that off as well. Alrighty, this is looking really great so far, grade ones. Thanks for your help. But what do we do now? We've got the baseline of where the cars started. We've got the baseline of where the cars ended. But what should we do next? So we've used this tape so far, and we're still left with our string. So what can we use the string for to measure how far each car went? Do you remember the strategy we used last week to measure my stuffies with the string? Good, because we're gonna use that same strategy here. So we're gonna take our string and we're gonna measure the distance of each car, making sure to be as accurate as possible. Do you remember what this word means? Accurate means we're working slowly with our fingers and with our eyes, and we're being really careful so that we can get the best results. So I'm gonna take a little bit of tape to tape my string down, and that's gonna make it easier. And I'm gonna move our new vocabulary off to the side. So as you can see, I better be more accurate. I've lined up the string with the baseline. So this is the beginning of it. And I'm going to tape the string down. We're gonna take a little bit more tape. And now we're gonna measure all the way to car number 1. So we're gonna make sure this string is flat against the ground because that's how we be accurate. That's how we can be accurate when we're measuring. I'm gonna take it all the way to the base of car number 1. So there's our baseline. I'm gonna tape it down. And now we'll know that's the end. And we can snip it. And now we don't have to worry if car number 1 moves because we've got the distance right here. Now we are gonna do the same with car number 2. We're gonna take a little bit of tape. We're gonna tape our string down. We're gonna line up the string with the baseline. Tape the string down like this. Hopefully your tape is stickier than mine. We're gonna take it all the way to the end of car number 2. Grab a bit more tape. The tape down at the end of the baseline. And once again, we're gonna grab our scissors and we are gonna snip. Once again, it's fine if our cars move now because we've got our distance measured. And one more time, I was worried about my string running out, so I actually have this backup string. So this is gonna be for car number 3. Take a little bit of string, match it up with the baseline, the starting point of where all the cars began. Tape our string down. A little bit more string. We're gonna go nice and steady. We're gonna be as accurate as possible as we're measuring all the way to car number 3. And we're gonna make sure it's flat. And we are going to tape our string down. And one last snip. There we go. So we've got all of our distances measured using string. But that's not all. So we have our string, we've got our baselines, we've been accurate, but what else do we do? What's the next step, grade 1s? What do you think? So our last step in all of this was to remove the string from the ramps and lay it flat on the ground with some tape like I did. That way we can truly tell which car went the farthest. So how did you know that car number 1 went the farthest? That's right, because the string, all the way from the end to this end, the string was the longest. So congratulations, car number 1, you are the winner. However, car number 2 went pretty far as well. Car number 2 went farther than car number 3. And car number 3 went far, but not as far as car number 2 or 1. Sorry, car number 3. Now, you may have also noticed one more thing about our cars here. What do you think it is? Our car strings, the distance each car traveled, actually happen to be in order. Now, I didn't mean to do this. It was actually just a happy accident that car number 1 was the longest string and car number 3 was the shortest string. So we actually happen to have all 3 cars in order from shortest to longest or from longest to shortest. Well, that's it for our race, grade 1s. Thank you so much for helping me measure to find out that car number 1 was the winner. It's always easier with teamwork. Now it's your turn, grade 1s. This week's challenge is to make 3 paper airplanes, and you're gonna have your very own paper airplane contest. And then you're gonna measure which plane went the farthest. So I hope you have fun, grade 1s, and I'll see you later. Bye.